In today's video, we're going to take a look at the impact of buying YouTube views on your search engine ranking. And to give you a little context of things here, I created a video, oh gosh, about a month or so ago. And the context of that video was around YouTube SEO ranking factors, and it was more or less a case study on what you could do to, what levers you could pull in regards to titles, thumbnails, keyword density in your description, tags, what all of those different changes you could make to a video's metadata, what the impact was to your search engine ranking. And you can find that video if you click up, probably up in the left-hand corner there, and actually right-hand corner of your screen, and click that card and it'll take you to the video if you're interested in seeing that. But one of the interesting aspects of that video was the biggest impact on my search engine ranking had to do with views. And I guess it wasn't so interesting because I knew Google used that as a key ranking factor, but I was surprised at the jump that I saw in my search result when I forced some views on a test video that I created. And those views were all coming from me through various channels, through my channel, through other channels that I own, through an incognito window, through my phone. I just forced 40, 50, 60 different views over and over and over on that same video, and it had a significant impact on my search engine ranking within YouTube. So it got me thinking, what would happen to my search result if I was to buy views? And I know everybody freaks out when you say buy views. Man, it's going to get you banned from Google. It's going to have a negative impact on your search engine ranking. And well, I wanted to see for myself. So I'm creating this video to see what happens when I buy views. And in the next section here, we're going to get into some specifics around where I bought those views from, and you'll see how many views were purchased and those views that were hit, that hit the video, and what the end result is. The video we will be using as part of this case study is the same video that I used in my previous case study. And the keyword that I'm targeting for that is this WordPress plugin tutorial for beginners keyword. So we are going to target this video, and we are going to buy some views from a third-party service to see what impact that has on our overall search rankings. The service that we are going to use for this is a more reputable one in the industry called Devumi. I thought about using Fiverr, but a lot of the Fiverr gigs out there are, let's just say, I'm not a fan of them. If you scroll through the list here, it'll show real views from real people. Yeah, we'll see about that. Likes are included, high retention, safe promotion, and different things like that. We're not going to go crazy. All I want to do is get roughly 2,000 views out there. So we're going to go with the lowest service, which is going to cost us $17. And that's compared to $5 or $10 on Fiverr. So at the end of the day, it's not that much more. And hopefully, based on the reputation this site has, or this service has, it'll have a positive impact for us. So what we're going to do here today is I am going to purchase the 2,000 YouTube view package. I am not going to go with any other. Actually, I think if I do likes, organic likes, it won't cost me anything extra. So this will just be not forced likes. We'll see if we get any extra likes as part of the package. Not sure if we will or not. You can see here if you want to add additional likes, it'll cost you more money. I'm not going to do that right now. We'll just go with the organic likes and see what that does for us. And what I'll do is I'll monitor this over the next week or so, and we'll see what I'll do is I'll graph the result of the videos ranking leading up to the purchase of these views, after the views kick in, and within a few days post purchase, and see what the result of that video is. So what you can see here is a screenshot from my analytics within YouTube that I had captured. And I purchased my views on October 14th. And I received an email later that day to confirm that I truly did purchase the package for these views, which I thought was pretty cool. So they, validated things that it truly was me. So kudos to them for confirming that. The package that I bought was for 2,000 YouTube views. And what you can see here is I ended up getting almost 2,700 views. And I had, I think, well, this is real-time stats over the last 48 hours. So I had roughly 60 to 70 views on that video, which actually that's probably high. It was probably 40 to 50 views on that video before I purchased these views. And what this real-time analytics section here is showing is that on October 15th, between 10 p.m. and midnight, in that 2-hour block, I ended up getting an additional 2,700 views. So if you would ask me, that would be a major flag for Google, that a video that was basically getting 0 views before this all of a sudden received 2,700 views in a matter of two hours, and for all intents and purposes has received 0 views since then. So I wanted to show you this just to give you an indication that those views truly did hit, and they hit in a 2-hour block. Now if we go to my YouTube channel here, and I want to go to the watch time report, what you can see here is, here's our, and this is, you can see for the last 28 days, end of September through end of October, we had, here's our 2,700 views and a total watch time of 18,500 minutes, which equates to, if we scroll down, average view duration of 6 minutes 46 seconds. So those purchased views that we received actually gave us some decent view duration of 6+ minutes per view, to give us a total of 18,000 plus watch time minutes. So it's not like we ended up getting seconds worth of views for seconds worth of watch time for each of those views. We did get some substantial watch time for each of the views that we had purchased. If we take a look at the locations where this came from, you can see that it looks like they embedded it in some type of external website or app, because the majority of those views, the 2,700 views here, came from some external website. So they were not local to YouTube. This YouTube watch page is probably related to some views that I had done prior to this, or it may have been done in combination with this. Actually, it looks like it's all, yeah, it was all done at the same time. So The majority of it was from an external website. Some of it was from internally within YouTube. And if we expand on that a little bit more here, and I click on this, it actually appears they all came from within Twitter. So I don't really know how the service works, but all of those purchase views seem to be external from YouTube and were generated from within Twitter here. And if we look at the geography of where they came from, interestingly enough, where is, I don't even see the United States on the list. Most of them, so 16% of them came from Colombia, Brazil another 16%, Peru had just under 10%, Mexico, Ecuador. Central and South America is where all of those, majority of those views were coming from. And then you can see where the countries where everything else was coming from. And if you'll notice, I don't even see United States in the list here. United Kingdom way down here at less than 1%. United States was 1%. So 16 views came from the United States. Just to give you a better perspective on where all these views were coming from. So let's take a look at an overall chart of what happened here with our little purchased views experiment. So you can see here, our baseline, what I've done is I set the baseline to 0. So this is where we started. And day 1 is where those views were purchased. And you can see when I purchased the views, before they actually hit, I had a fall off, a drop of 1 or 2 positions here in the ranking of my video. Day 2 in the morning here, that level stayed flat, so I lost about 2 positions in my ranking still. And so what you can see, once Google started factoring things in with their algorithm, my ranking jumped by 40 positions. So once those 2,700 views hit and Google recognized that, my ranking skyrocketed. That just kind of blew me away. I was not expecting that much of a jump. And over the course of the days here, I started tracking things over the next 10 or so days. You can see that things remained relatively flat, and they started trailing off a little bit on day 7. So I lost some of that, but not a lot. I was still up by about 37 positions from where we started over here. And then it jumped back up a couple of positions on day 8, day 9, and what we're seeing here is it's starting to trail off a little bit. So by day 11 post-purchase, my ranking fell off about 5 positions from its high point. And you got to keep in mind, from the time that those 2,700 views hit to over the next 10 days, I've had 0 views on that video. It's a test video. There's really nothing to it. The channel that it's on doesn't have any subscribers, and it just there's no traffic to it. And I did not force any other views. So this whole little experiment blew me away. I really thought Google's algorithm would have recognized the fact that these 2,700 views were probably not real. And perhaps there was that initial jump, but I really expected it to start falling off here, and that really never was the case until about here. So there you have it. I mean, it's I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. The purchasing views through a third party had a huge impact on my search ranking. a positive impact. It jumped significantly. And whether that is sustainable or not, we'll see. But over the last week or so, there has been 0 views on that specific test video that I created. And I'm surprised that the ranking hasn't dropped off because of that, but it seems like it's been holding its own. So I'll be posting some information in the comments over the next week or two if I see a drop off, so I'll make sure I mention that. But I guess the moral of the story is, if you buy views, you won't necessarily be penalized. Now, I'm not advocating you go out and do that, but at the end of the day, it seemed to work. So anyway, that's my video here on my little case study of buying views. Hopefully you found that somewhat helpful. Feel free to subscribe. Love to have you. Plan on posting some more videos here in the future, and we'll see you in the next video.